I'm Dina
Hi.
Stewart,
And I'm Stuart Stewart.
and we're alive on South Beach.
And here we are once again at the cafe at Books and Books on Lincoln Road. And this is our latest episode. So please sit back and enjoy.
The Gay Pride Parade was fun this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a great time.
I know, me too.
And to start off the parade, they had Chaz Bono as the Grand Marshal.
That was a
And
treat.
that was not only a treat, but everybody seemed to just sort of stand up and applaud him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
it was a wonderful, wonderful Pride-filled day.
And of course, we bumped into some locals along the way. You know, living on South Beach, you imagine you've seen it all. But here we are on Ocean Drive for the Gay Pride Parade, and walking down the street are these two magnificent, I don't mean to offend, creatures.
Yes, we are.
Could you explain?
Yes, of course, of course. Well, my name is Geraldine, and this is my twin sister, Shania Bright, and we planned this outfit together. We were inspired, we wanted to do something weird and unusual.
But don't you realize you're on South Beach?
Yes.
And this isn't that unusual?
Well, no, the thing is that a lot of people think that gay pride is gonna be just gay colors, and it's like a parade, like a carnival in Rio.
Oh, it's great.
It's not just about the gay colors, it's about having fun and showing whatever you want to show. We are Minotaurs alive on South Beach.
Hola, yo soy un minotauro y ella también, y nosotros vivimos aquí en South Beach.
Miami is known for its film festivals, and we had the opportunity to go to several of them. Among them was the Miami International Film Festival, which was absolutely fabulous. 100 films in 10 days.
And the trick is to try to handicap this so that you really see the good ones, because they're all good, but some are even better. And we got lucky. We got to see Monsieur Lazare, which was nominated as a Best Foreign Film for an Oscar this year. And we had this great conversation with Philippe Falardeau, the director. You started out when you went to school, you studied politics and international relations. How did you end up in the movie business?
By accident. But it's true. I was watching this show on the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, and it was some kind of reality show that they had in the 1990s on the French side. Every year they would choose 8 young contestants, amateur filmmaker. They would give them SVHS camera, and they would have to travel around the world to make 20 short films in 26 weeks. Now, one year I applied for that, not convinced that I wouldn't be chosen. They chose me, and I was so afraid to leave, but I couldn't tell anyone that I couldn't film. I hadn't done any filming before. So that was in 1992. I was doing my master's degree in international relations. And I started on that trip. So you get in a country, you find a subject, you shoot it with this old SVHS camera without any screen, without any time codes. And then I would get into a hotel room, edit it on paper, send it back home to Montreal by FedEx, and move on to the next country. And I would do that for 6 months.
And they paid you to do this?
No, it was not paid. It was but we would get a little allowance so we could sustain ourselves. But it was a contest, so the films were shown on television before a panel of judges, and they would mark our film. And so the one who got the highest rank at the end of the season would win that race.
And how did it work out for you?
Well, I kind of won. And so that's why I said an accident changed my life. So coming back, I got offers to do some documentary filmmaking, which I did. And then a second accident occurred in 1999. I wanted to do a documentary on my roommate who was out of a job, and he was looking for a job. And fortunately for him, and unfortunately for me, he found a job. So I wrote a film based on our experience together, which became my first feature, called The Left Side of the Fridge.
And what happened with that?
Well, actually, to my surprise, it became kind of a cult movie in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, because there was a whole generation of educated people who couldn't find jobs, and it was about that. And it traveled well. It went to the Toronto Film Festival, won an award there. So after that, I was encouraged to make other fiction film, and since then I never looked back.
So you started out in documentaries where usually the process is you film, you get as much film as you can, you watch it all, and then you figure out what kind of story to do. And then you went into making motion pictures, which is just the opposite. You get the script first, and then you do that. Was that change easy for you?
Yeah, because the transition was to, like I said, I wanted to document this job searching of my roommate, and then he finds a job. So what I do, I write a script that was based on many of the things that occurred, plus some fictional things. I work with professional actors, but I shot the film as a documentary, so it was a mockumentary. And so the transition between documentary and fiction went smoothly through this documentary. And for me, it just made sense. And after that, I began writing other stories with fictional character, and I found out that compared to, unlike documentary where the characters are real, you have a moral contract with them, so you have to be, you're engaging with them in real life, and they can actually call you at home at night. Well, the fictional character, they don't call you at home. They leave you alone, You have peace of mind.
And they let you do to them whatever you choose.
Exactly. You can kill them, you can bring them back to life, and they don't mind.
Now, I have to ask you a question, because this has always been a fantasy of mine. It's on my bucket list. You just came out with a movie, Monsieur Lazare, and it was nominated for an Academy Award in the Best Foreign Language Film category. What was it like being on the red carpet in Hollywood, Oscar night?
Listen, I'm not an ostentatious person. This is not something I drive for, but I have to admit that once you get on the carpet, it's one of the most impressive things I've seen in my life. That and the Grand Canyon. People say you should see the Grand Canyon, it's so impressive, and you go, yeah, and then you see the Grand Canyon and you go, oh, okay. Well, the red carpet is like that. It's a football field and a half long. So you get in and you see the hundreds of cameras on the left, thousands of people on the stand, and you're walking behind Rooney Mara and just in front of Glenn Close. And you have to act like you've been there before.
Tell us a little bit about Monsieur Lazare.
Monsieur Lazare is a film that I adapted from a one-man play I saw 4 years ago that touched me. The main character really got to me, an Algerian refugee in Montreal who becomes a substitute teacher in an elementary school. And I was struck by his sense of dignity, and I had been looking for a subject around immigration, but every time I had an idea, I thought it was too didactic. So I was touched by the character. I asked the playwright if I could do something with that, and she was happy, but she kind of didn't know where I would take this because it was a one-man play. But for me, as a script writer, it gave me some maneuvering space.
I think your choices of the children actors were phenomenal.
Kids, if you choose them carefully, they're good, and they know it's work. So it's important to give them an environment, that they feel comfortable with. And I tried to set up a playful atmosphere on the set.
I applaud your casting. It worked very well.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to tell us about the film? How about how people can get more information? Do you have a website?
Yeah, it's monsieurlazare.com.
I've run out of questions. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think I'm good.
I don't think you're good. I think you're great. And I enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you for saying that.
And thank you very much.
Thanks, it was fun.
Miami Beach always comes up with a reason for a party. And the most recent reason was the 3rd anniversary to celebrate the Beach Channel. And it was a great party with great people, but usually there's a group of people who we've never seen before who sort of catch our eye.
We represent the mom organization. This beautiful young lady over here is my girlfriend and the co-owner of Prim Salon in South Beach. We're here today because we're characters. Once a month at the Shore Club right here in Miami Beach, we throw an event called Have a Heart, and we feature a nonprofit organization, raise funds, and gain exposure by tapping into the future generations.
We want to see some positive change, and this event is about sustainability. So we're working with some great organizations. Sustainatopia is coming to Miami. We're benefiting Sea Shepherds, which is, you might know them from that little television show called Whale Wars on Discovery Networks. But again, it's all about young, affluent individuals that are all about sustainability.
A lot of people were talking about how the future looks really dim. You look at these people.
Incorrect.
They are looking at the future and they see a whole different picture. I want to congratulate you all for your efforts and wish you the best of luck. And if I can help in any way, just let me know.
Thank you. And on that note, you can rarely catch him without his sunglasses because the future's so bright.
Oh, I was thinking it and he said it. That's exactly exactly.
And who are we wearing today?
I'm wearing a little maybe Zara and Express and Armin van Buren.
Well, you look really good.
Dabber.
And you ladies look spectacular.
Thank you.
Another fabulous film festival that we went to was the Sicilian Film Festival.
You know, it's much more interesting to me anyway to talk to the people who make these events happen and really describe what they want. That you can get in the newspaper. This is what we got behind the scenes. Okay, this is Nikki Goldbeck, and she's the operations coordinator for the Sicilian Film Festival.
Correct.
What is an operations coordinator?
Well, basically it means that I make sure all the events happen, that everybody shows up, and that the festival comes off brilliantly.
What was the biggest problem you had to deal with at the festival?
Getting everybody here from Europe. We've got people coming from Turkey, we've got people coming from Italy, and making sure they all get here and their planes arrive, I think is going to be our biggest problem.
My name is Salvo Bitonti. I come from Italy. I am the artistic director of Sicilian Film Festival in Miami.
How did you get involved with the festival in the first place, and why?
Yes, this is a very good question, because I have been the first time in Sicilian Film Festival in 2006 was the first time. I won as best director for short section. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the president Emanuele Viscuso asked me if I would like to organize this festival as the artistic director, because I live in Rome, so I have the contacts to organize this festival.
Okay. I'm standing with the Consul General, Rodolfo
Barattolo.
What's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is representing a beautiful country, Italy.
But I want to thank you for bringing this here and supporting what we do here in Miami, because it can only make the world smaller and better for everybody.
It's a common interest.
Yeah, thank you.
In addition to some of the people behind the scenes who made this festival possible, we ran into an old friend.
Marivana Viscuso.
Marivana Viscuso.
That's right.
Okay.
That's me.
And this is her.
Yeah, this is
And
me.
you may recognize this lady because she was a finalist on the X Factor last season.
That's right.
And you're here at this wonderful gathering tonight to support the Sicilian Film Festival.
My brother, Emanuele Viscuso.
Tell me a little bit about the X Factor. What's
Oh, okay. That was a great and very exciting experience.
You got so close. You were a finalist. Are you planning to give it another shot?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, everybody, pay attention. This is really important. When the new season of the X Factor starts, watch for Marivana and vote for her.
Yes.
We're going to give you a little sample of what you're going to be seeing when you tune in the X Factor. Take it away, Marivana.
Summertime, I leave it easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is That's it.
That is great. You want to hear more? You got to watch her on the X Factor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've reached the end of another episode, and before we say goodbye, I want to welcome a new sponsor. It's HearSource.com, which is a hearing aid repair company. And if anybody out there like Dina is laughing, I'm a guy who needs hearing aids. I'm a baby boomer, and suddenly I can't hear that well anymore.
I'm Dina Stewart.
And I'm Stuart Stewart.
And we're live on South Beach for syndicatednews.net.